What's up, people? Xogue here with episode 5 of Xoguecraft. That's a huge number, you know? So big. So big. Anyway, today I have gone and redesigned my base. Obviously, I'm talking about my concept world where it's designed and not here. But, yeah, it's going to change. Now, the redesign kind of happened because my chests are currently stacked here. Yes, I got a lot of wolves. I was running through the forest and I saw a wolf. And so I literally waited until nighttime, collected a whole bunch of bones, and got a couple, brought them back here, and bred them. No, the fence is not required. For some reason, I just like the idea of my wolves being surrounded by a fence. It makes me feel safer. Because, I mean, after all, they are wild wolves. You know? If they were to get out, who knows what could happen to me in my sleep. So, stay. Good puppy for now. Anyway, as you see, my chests are still right here. And they've been duplicating. Bad chest. Stop breeding. But, let's just say the organization in these is scary. It'd be like opening Pandora's box. You never know what the heck's going to come out and bite you. But, something needs to be done. So I went to my concept world and I designed something and a whole lot changed. And I mean a lot. Now, I will say that the new design looks fantastic. I absolutely love it. But now I have to build it a second time here. And that's not really something I'm looking forward to. Now, there is another added note that I would like to mention. Because here's my portal. Oh, bear with me while the chunk is loading. So hard. Okay. Anyway. This is my portal. And this was a flat wall right here. Not anymore. This one goes all the way down to the mesa biome. That is the same one you saw in the exploration montage time-lapse thingamajig. And Rome. Oh my goodness. Come on, chunks. Load. Hurry up. Unbearable. Now this one, let's just say I had a lot of trouble with this one. Because I was trying to guess where to put the nether portal. Very bad idea. Don't do it. Calculate properly using your coordinates because you're never going to guess right. But I was trying to get close enough and it didn't work. So back here there's a big long thing that just, it needs to be filled in. And down here is the right way to go. But somehow enemies were getting into this little base, so I closed everything off. That's why it's there. But that one leads to the ice spike biome. And up top is undergoing some renovations. I will show it to you, but keep in mind that it is, like my base still is, completely unfinished. This is going to be a project we revisit later. I didn't want to do too much. Actually, it sounds like there might be a guest. No? Okay, so I'm playing with the idea of filling in the corners, like I was telling you about. Told you it would probably be done off camera. Now visualize this for a moment. What is a color you never see in the nether? Okay, it's also one that doesn't change too much when it gets really, really dark, when there are no fires around. As you see, there's pretty much no fires, which is, another added benefit of filling in the corners. The answer is green. So I believe all of these corners are going to be filled in with green. If you can visualize that, I built out one corner in my concept world, and I really liked how it looked. I just hope that all 4 corners isn't going to be too much green, or I might have to mix it up. But at the moment, that's what I'm going to go for. It's going to be a whole bunch of green stained clay, which does have an awesome, well, I can't say awesome, but it's got the same blast resistance as stone, so I'm not worried about the gas blowing it up. It works. That corner is a test, and yeah, it works. That was another problem I had before. Apparently I was running around trying to shoot a ghast when I was in this area, and they blew a hole through, so a bunch of pigment came down. So since there was still a whole bunch down up here that I was hitting, and then I came down here, I got slaughtered like, I don't know, a bunch of times. Yeah, I'm at 21 deaths now. Another time I was building some stuff out, and actually it was down that path that I was telling you that I really, really hate. I spleefed myself into lava. And I died and lost everything. So, I'm still working on getting everything back. And, oh, look. Silk Touch Diamond Axe. Fortune 3 shovel. I mean, why? Why? That's just going to make it more expensive to repair. I don't need them. Take them off. Anyway. That'll be something I do behind the scenes. Don't worry about that. My tools will come back. I will have no problem doing what I need to do for them. But before I went too far, I did want to show you guys this stuff. I mean, you people, this stuff. Since I'm trying to change my word, I gotta correct myself. And, so as you saw in my inventory, I have a whole bunch of quartz. I am going to need so much more quartz, I believe. I would try to explain the design or show it to you, but I don't want to destroy the wow factor. And I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to do some kind of a time lapse or if I'm just going to surprise you with the end result. I don't know yet. I'm still working through that part. So we're just going to have to see how things play out as far as time and everything goes. But I am going to get cracking on with getting some more quartz and stuff. I will see you guys in a bit when I've got something else to tell you or show you. It appears we have just missed the sunrise. But we are kind of high in the air. And look at that view. That's, move, clouds. You're getting in the way. That's kind of cool. I like that. You see my base and how it's like the front done and the back is just invisible. Oh, it's done. You just can't see it. And then, you know, the spawn area and room space. You can only see a little sliver barely behind the clouds. It's there. So I did decide just to go ahead and complete the base, do the changes I mentioned off camera. And then I'll give you a tour after it's finished and show you, you know, what I did, why I did it, things like that. So instead of doing a time lapse of the base, I'll do a time lapse of this quartz pillar thing. And by the way, we are really high up in case you didn't get that. Can't even see the base of the tower. So I'm going to get breaking this right now. That's how much quartz and quartz blocks I have. We're going to see what I have at the end. So take your guesses. Let me know down in the comments what you think I'm going to get from this. And since I'm breaking, I'm not going to guess because I have absolutely no clue how much I'm going to have. I just hope I have enough. I should. But we'll find out, I guess. We will find out. So when I was in the Nether, I died. Again. This time I found a random fortress. I decided for some reason with all of my quartz on me, you know, all of my armor on, I would just go explore. Nah, blazes can't touch me. Wither skeletons can't touch me. Lava can't touch me. None of that stuff's gonna hurt. Well, it hurt, and it seemed to have hurt a lot because I died and I lost everything. So I had to go remake some stuff. Haven't remade my armor yet, and I just kind of I went into another with nothing, like nothing. Just in case I died again, I didn't want to lose all of my gear again. So here we are. I'm gonna get cracking at this, and we're gonna see what we can get. Right. Well, that was a horrible idea. And those of you that kind of had the same feelings but earlier than me, you would be right. Because obviously that was an enormous tower, so it took me time to get down, which means despawning probably happened to some of the quartz. Something I can't quite verify unless I wanted to do a whole bunch of math, and honestly I'm not that worried about it. Next thing is that by the time I got down to the bottom, it was night. And there was a creeper right there. And I got a little greedy, so I was running around the base of the tower trying to, get all the quartz that I could. And I came up on the creeper and was like, oh no, that's a creeper. Run! And I didn't get far enough away. So he blew up, took a bunch of my quartz with me. Took a bunch of my quartz with me. Took a bunch of my quartz with him. And so that's all that I got. I did go ahead and convert it just because I couldn't carry it all in, this form. So those are all the blocks that I got. I'm hoping that's enough. It should be. I don't know why it wouldn't be. There's really not that much of it in the build, but there is quite a bit. So I just want to make sure that I have enough. And these guys saved my life. Because like I said, I had nothing on. No weapon, no bow, no nothing. So When I got down to the bottom and almost got blown up by a creeper, I ran over here and made them all stand up and then punched each one of the zombies. There was like 12 of them or something, some crazy number. And, you know, they just systematically went around and killed them, which is where I got the helmet. That's a pretty good golden helmet. Usually I don't say that about golden helmets, but that's not too bad. But, so I'm going to go ahead and sleep. I'm going to collect the rest of the supplies that I need for this project, and I'm going to get cracking on that. And when I come back, you're going to see me walking you through it, explaining what is done, why it's done, you know, things along those lines. So let me get to it, and I'll see you in a bit. Holy... yeah. That was a lot of work. And I'm glad it's done. Let me just put it that way. You see, I no longer have my chests up here. They're all moved back into my base. Finally. Yippee. Okay. So much quartz. So much breaking. So many towers. Dirt towers to get to everywhere. But I'm going to try to not let you see it until I get to an angle that I want you to see it at. Hey. Okay, so you're not mine. You must be Rome's. Go home. Your home's over there. Go to it. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Fine. Alright. So, you kind of caught a glimpse of it, but that is the new design. As you see, I got rid of the stairs because they were kind of, I don't know, not great, I guess would be the words I'm looking for. My crops, they're probably going to go at some point, just like the trees did. I'll explain why in a minute. I'm not sure what I want to do with them, but I do want something else there. I have a feeling I'm going to end up not liking that in the near future. So they're probably going to be moved. But that should be the last change that I do to my base as far as the front goes. You know, I'll be expanding it later, but I'm not planning on any huge changes. But I really like the way this looks. Now the trees moved because, as you can tell, I like to build with a variety of wood. Wood is one of my favorite building blocks, in case you have not figured that out. And quartz too. I just hope the contrast isn't too much. I think it looks fine. There's 2 little quartz blocks there that need to be half slabs. Not sure why they're full blocks, but that'll be changed. So if you spotted that, don't worry about it. That'll change. It'll look like that. The trees I did get rid of. You know, as I just mentioned, I like to use different types of wood. And I don't know, shoving like 3 or 4 different types of wood in these small areas, especially with how some of them grow, would not have worked out very well. So these are going to be converted into ender pearl elevators. So that way, once I get my ender pearls from my ender after I beat the ender dragon, lots of enders, you know, I'll be able to get it up to the 2nd level another way. Now there are a lot of entrances and kind of shortcuts I can take in this base. And I'll show you some of them as I explore and show you around a little bit. So the first is obviously the main entrance. This is that awe moment. Aw. Okay. So after I designed this in my concept world, I was like, that looks awesome. But I do not want to have to build that on the server. It turns out I liked it enough to do so. So here you are. I think it looks really cool. I have this kind of, I don't know, creeping up, staggered, I don't know what you want to call this, but it's kind of like a bleeding through mixture of textures and stuff. I think it looks really cool. Have it on the walls, the floor, and it kind of brought an interesting way to add in the glowstone. I think that's pretty cool. So I went with it. These it actually wasn't too hard to make these. You build, 2 blocks high here, put one on the back under the water, and since the water looks for the closest path to go down, if there's a block in front of it, then its closest path is to the sides. And then once those paths are already created, once the water actually starts to flow down in those directions, you can remove the front block because it's not going to affect the water at all, and it'll stay there, giving this look that I duplicated several times to put torches on. Now, a lot of people hate torches as far as lighting goes. I don't have such a hatred. I think, if they're randomly placed about, then yes, it looks tacky, it looks horrible, but let me get rid of my torches. If you do it right, it can add a different look to it. And while it may not be the most elegant or most awesome, it's definitely not bad. So that's why I use them. Up top here, I might do a similar but larger approach. Kind of make a huge square here and smaller one here, another big one here, and just put the big paintings on them. Because right now it looks kind of empty. And I think that'll add, quite a bit more to the build. But that'll probably be done later. way later, more than likely. Because I have a feeling that's going to be quite the pain to do. You have my chandeliers. I call them that because they are hanging from the ceiling and they're providing light. So, chandeliers. Got my torches on the wall. I have no idea what to call them. And my interesting entrances. Now, as far as these go, I think this one's going to be my enchanting area. This is going to be where my quote-unquote bedroom is going to be. And over here, this is going to be the furnace area. I'm going to make some big mass production area, furnaces, redstone powered, all that good stuff. I think that's going to go in there. And the reason I'm doing that is because these are quick access rooms. They're not hard to get to. And those are some of the things I will visit most often. Maybe not so much the enchanting, but I'd still like to have that close by. And then, as far as expansion goes, I think I'm going to build, symmetrical stairs here and on this side over here that are going to go down, and that's where the expansion for my base is going to be. It's all going to be underwater. Yes, it will be a huge pain to clear out rooms or hallways or whatever it is I decide to do with this at that time, but right now it's good. At those times, I will probably hate it. I'll hate myself for putting this kind of an idea into your heads and my own head, but right now that's the way it is. My chests are not sorted yet. They will be, probably before the next episode airs. And yeah, so I really like this. These will be moved somewhere else. The crafting and anvil will probably be in the bedroom as well, just because having only in bed in there is might as well throw something else in there. And it's dark. Let's go to sleep. Then we're going to go upstairs. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. My mine is somewhere in this general area. It's currently underground, and that's probably something I'm going to lead to once I go down. I'm going to circle around and, kind of hook into it that way. I didn't want to have an entrance to it right in the middle of my, landing for my house. So I'll just hook to it that way and just take me a little bit longer to get there later. Yeah. So then, actually, now one way I could get up there is I could go around up to the stairs. But there is another way. If I really need to get up there or want to get up there quickly, just like that. And voila. Here is the nether room. Why it needs its own room? It doesn't. I made it because it was an idea and I ran with it. So as you can see, this is a lot more quartz in here as well. Still have the wood path going in. I really like that. I got the wall textures. Those are cool. Glowstone. But these chests, the excuse I was going to use is that way I can store nether stuff in here and, you know, backup supplies or whatever, and I probably will do that, but in reality I think it just looks better with something there, because without anything there it looks a little less, I don't know, something. Use your own descriptive words, I guess. As far as this pattern goes, it's kind of like the nether. Whatever corruption is in the nether is leaking out. That's kind of the look I was going for. And then right here is just kind of my stop measures for it to prevent it from spreading further. And then it goes into the niceness of the quartz. And, you know, that kind of goes on both sides. I really like the look of that. I like the idea of it. So that'll stay. And these are just going to be the landing pads for my, you know, Ender Pearl elevator, Ender Pearl elevators. Is that what they're called? I don't know. Yeah, they're currently not designed out at all. I mean, I haven't even killed the Ender Dragon yet, like I mentioned, so there's not really too much of a point to rush the design of one of those pearl elevators. So I'll do that later. And yeah, I'm really liking this. There is an issue with the side. It's not all that great. I could probably get some of my quartz back because the roof doesn't quite go up that high. I'm not sure though. Maybe I'll have some kind of stairs and make some kind of a patio thing overlooking the ocean and possibly my base. Because if I do that and I have a bunch of lit up rooms with, I don't know, like glass ceilings or something, you'll see all the lights in the ocean. And I think that would look really cool. So I'm kind of leaving that open for now. See what other kind of ideas manifest in my mind for that. You also got the view of the jungle and Rome's base. And once I get ender pearls, maybe I can shoot one all the way to shore. That'd be cool. However, right here in front of the ender pearl portal, I'm going to get my iron sword because I don't have a bow. I don't have a diamond sword. I need my supplies back. I need to go mining. Why did I cover up my mine? I'll work on that anyway later. Now, we are at the end of the episode. If you like it, click that like button. Really helps me out. If you want to see more, I'm not stopping anytime soon. So go ahead and subscribe and keep your eye on my channel because I've got my seed circuit going. I've got my Let's Play going. And it's going to keep going for a while. So keep your eyes out. And let's see what else I can come up with. See everyone in the next video.